InshaAllah. What we have from our SMC families online, InshaAllah everybody doing their khidmat, their service, their videos, their images, everything, mashaAllah, mashaAllah. Make sure people whom coming on board, 30-40,000 new subscribers, the 30-40,000 new app users. If the first time hearing from us, please email helpme@nurmuhammad.com and communicate, open a line of communication so that we can send you the articles on how to connect, how to meditate, how to participate in the programs, and links to all of our different websites, whether it's the charity, the Nur Muhammad website for knowledges, or the social media platforms. So our way is a way of being active, and our faith becomes an action, that faith in action, not faith just hidden, but our faith that manifests into beatific actions, so that to be granted the blessings of the Divine and Divine grace upon our souls, our families and our loved ones. We represent many on this path, we represent our families and our loved ones, and we're ambassadors for all of our descendants inshaAllah. What do we got?
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
We have a kind of a thank you note which is saying, As-salamu alaykum Shaykh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you for your lecture last night. It was indeed a light bulb turning on when you said we have no power. So when we submit we don't lose anything, and all power and izzah for Allah Azza wa Jal. Shukran Shaykh.
Shukran, alhamdulillah. This is the reality of guidance, because everything is a deception. Shaitan deceives us to think we have power, and that if we go out and grab it we're going to have power. Our real power is to submit, and when we submit Allah's Divinely grace dresses the heart, and that's real power. This is the power of true manifestation. When you submit your will back to the Divine and you begin to be a vehicle or vessel for Divinely will. When Allah describes, I've become your hearing, I've become your seeing, I've become the hands in which you touch, the feet in which you move, the breath in which you breathe. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So much so you become Rabbaniyun and you have power of kun fayakun. But this is only through taslim and submission. So we have to give up the false power to receive the true Divinely grace and blessings, and this is through good character inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, what is the secret to act upon the moment Divine inspiration is received through hearing before shaitan can destroy it?
The secret is to act upon it. That when you take a knowledge and you write it, you meditate immediately and it becomes something in your heart, and don't let it enter into your head to think about it. Maybe it wasn't about me, maybe I'm under different circumstances. So this is based on the knowledge. Then when we have inspirations, oh I have to do this, I have to do that, then you do them. Shaitan makes everything in our life to be postponed. So Imagine now for Allah says, you have to do your salah. Everybody then postpones their prayer. They hear the azan, then they say, okay, I still have time, I still have time, I still have time. This is the goal of shaitan, to make the person feel that they can postpone and then eventually neglect their responsibilities. But when we try to practice our best to do things on time and the inspirations that come within our heart to do them and act upon them, and that becomes then a person of faith. And then more inspirations come and they act more upon their faith, and they understand that their battle is between the heart and the head. Shaitan resides within the head of servants, but he can't enter the heart. He's trying to enter the heart to destroy the heart, that's what they call heart attack. He's trying to attack the heart, the energy of the heart, and do everything difficult to the heart, because this is the seat of authority. So our life is to keep the heart, safeguard the heart, build it with the dhikr of Allah, which is the salawat upon Prophet. As we build the power of the heart, harder for shaitan to enter into the heart or go near even the heart, because the dhikr of Allah, it burns him. So where he goes then and resides within the head, and he becomes the nutty professor in the heads of people that make everything upside down. Every talk they understand something different, they give an excuse for this, excuse for that. So this is our greatest battle inshaAllah, it's against our own head inshaAllah.
Sayyidi, there's a few questions with the same kind of a message here. As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi. Being nothing means emptying our hearts and giving up on all our desires and dreams, but this comes with a heavy fear of losing everything. How can we counter this fear?
Everyone has their own understanding of nothingness. So once you come to the tariqah, do your muraqabah. Everything is step by step. So when we ask these things, we have to think that before I ask this question, did I do the first step and the muraqabah? Because I have to have a power base, I have to have a connection. I'm cutting myself off to gain what? Just coming on in 5 minutes and say, I cut myself off, and so for what? You haven't connected to anything to cut yourself off of something. I'm going to cut the city power but I don't have a generator. Well, you're just going to be in darkness because you cut off. So it means it's a step by step, that when I come to the tariqah and to this shaykh, he's teaching muraqabah. So it means that I have to connect to an alternative power, not the dunya and shaitan, but the real power of Ar-Rahman. Izzatullah, Izzat Rasul wa Izzat al-Mu'mineen. It's in Holy Qur'an, Allah's Izzat, might flows through the heart of Prophet. So then I have to take my hand to the representatives of Sayyidina Muhammad with the ones I resonate. If there's 124,000 awliya, 124,000 representatives, which one my heart is resonating with? When this one speaks, I don't understand what he's saying, my heart doesn't resonate, then go to the one that your heart resonates. When you do that, then you take your muraqabah, your connection, you make your madad, you connect your heart to their heart, and you begin to develop a energy source not from dunya and not from the zeal of shaitan, where shaitan make everybody to have energy. That's why they go out and work and they think they're going to conquer the job market. They're going to work for a company, they're going to give them 40, 50 years of their life, they're going to accomplish this. That's a satanic power where he tries to pull people with the excitement of dunya. But you can also have dunya but you don't need the power from shaitan. So then you connect with Ar-Rahman and you connect with these shaykhs whom they are connected to the heart of Prophet, to the heart of all awliya, and as a result they're like a generator. You bring the generator into your life, you learn how to make your connection, and you begin to ask for the faiz and energy to come, ask for permission for their light to enter into your heart. And you begin to train and train and train until you feel that energy is coming. You understand the connection, you've read about it, you understand it with all its knowledges. Then this energy that's coming to you, with that energy flowing, you begin to cut off from dunya. That the job that you want is not going to be till your retirement. You take your paycheck and run, it's nothing more than that. Don't try to conquer the earth because we don't know even if the earth is there tomorrow. We do the job to pay our bills. The things we want to accomplish, accomplish for that day. But there's a higher goal, I have to reach to paradise, I have to reach to the presence of Prophet, and I start to receive these fayaz and these energies, and all my big plans for dunya. What happens when you're getting energy from the heavens? You realize those were illusions. You don't know where you're going to be next year, you don't know if the earth is going to even be here next year, you don't know if you're going to be in this city or that city. So look at 5 years back, could you have planned those 5 years? Most people whom Allah has guided, their lives are all over the place. They would have never imagined where they are today 5 years ago. Because when Allah takes you on a journey, you're on a journey. And that's when you begin to understand, what all this planning I've made for myself, I have no idea what this. So they submit their planning to Allah, Ya Rabbi, you know best. I just every day I'm going to taslim. Then they have a whole system, cut off the past. Don't worry about the past choices you made, it's gone, it's already finished, you can't take it back. Stop worrying about the future. Do your zikr, your muraqabah, your contemplation. You worked good, got your rizq for the day, ate your food. If you meditate on just that day, you can take the power of that day. But shaitan's going to make you use the power of that day on thinking about the past. Half the power gone. Then when he finished with the past, he's going to make you fear about the future. Then the other half of your energy is on the future, and you wasted that day. It came, it went, and you lost it, you gained nothing from it. And that's all shaitan wants from people. So then this is the power of tafakkur and contemplation. What I got to do with the past, and who knows what's coming to the future. They meditate, they feel the power of the day, they receive the fayaz and the emanations of the day because they were content with the tajalli of the day. You know when you're worried you can't meditate, you don't feel the strength, you keep thinking about the issue that you're worrying about, usually from the past or something in the future. So it's a whole science. You get the book Timeless Reality, you study it. If you don't have the means for the book, go to the website and read all about the section on the meditations, make the connections, and then you begin to understand these teachings and how these teachings will come into effect inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, is there any specific dua to recite to counter the magic of Harut and Marut for families?
No, make your connection, Shaykh. Make your awrad, do the awrad, do the Naqshbandi connection, connect to the shaykhs. This is this most powerful weapon. We're not a people of just du'as, there's the other groups. Everything du'a, 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 as if they're going to fight something. The whole process is teaching you have no power. What is your du'a going to do for you other than entertainment for yourself? So it means what? Make your connection, make your connection, make your connection. When your connection is strong then do the awrads, the etiquette, the wazifas. Recite all of those are all the du'as. Recite the wazifa for Fajr, it's all du'as. Recite the wazifa for Maghrib, for Salat al-Zuhr, anything you want, anything you have time for, recite what's already been given. Those are the du'as. But everything on this way is to admit, I have no power. What I'm going to add another du'a that I already collected 50 du'a from 50 shaykhs, what am I going to do with all these du'as? If shaitan already inside you, well where's the du'a going to go? So the concept of the tariqah is admit at the door, La ilaha anta subhanaka inni kuntu minadh dhalimeen, that glory be to Allah, I'm oppressor to myself. So first learn how to relieve the oppression is to connect with the shaykh, connect with the power source, and now start to drill inside where shaitan is residing. That's the awrads, the zikrs and the muraqabah, the connection. Why? So that the faiz enters inside the heart. Then when you're reciting the shaykh's du'as, it's about maybe 4 or 5 hours of etiquettes that you recite. So if you look at on our app, go to the fajr, what are you supposed to recite at fajr? That's a good hour and a half. What are you supposed to recite at zuhr? Probably half an hour if you do the surahs and everything. What are you supposed to be reciting at maghrib? So I mean there's so much to recite, there's no need for anyone to add anything else. Most people just don't have enough time in the day to do all of that. So whatever's there is already there. But what you're trying to do and understand is how to make the connection with the shaykhs. Why? You need a generator because the power is about to go off wherever you are. Right? Shaitan's going to attack you in ways you can't imagine that you feel I have no power. Forget about physical power, already on the earth we're seeing physical power is about to go off. Things may happen and they cut your power off. So if shaitan is cutting people's power, then they have to have an alternative power source. Means then they have to connect with the heavens, which is an eternal power. It requires practice. Better to practice on the semi-good days, which we consider now good days, versus when life becomes extremely difficult, it's going to be difficult to remember how to make muraqabah at that time. Either you got it, you'll be using it, if you don't got it, you don't got it, and pray that Allah opens some understanding about it. So this is the time in which to make these connections and to achieve what needs to be achieved. If anyone ever thought that the dunya was fading and they thought, oh there was figurative speech, dunya been here another 1,000 years. Turn on the TV, it doesn't look like no 1,000 years is going to be just around the corner, it looks like things are falling apart. So it means this is the time in which to meditate, this is the time in which to contemplate, this is the time in which to make your peace with your Lord and make sure you have good character. And this good character what saves us from Allah's anger and umbrella of safety. That to remain under the umbrella of safety is to have good character, not ruinous character, betraying and backbiting and tyranny and just all sorts of horrible characteristics of people. Then they can't feel safe that they're under Allah's umbrella of protection when you have ruinous character and betraying character and all the badness. So this is a time in which to be good with Allah, good with the Divine Presence, and have and exhibit good characteristics inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam.
Sayyidi, this comes in an email saying, while we make salawats on Prophet Muhammad, it is mentioned that shaitan runs away from the heart and the light, love and energy of Prophet Muhammad comes. So how can shaitan constantly being casted out of the throne, the heart, and still comes back? Forgive my ignorance inshaAllah.
Yeah, shaitan doesn't come to the heart, he's just trying to get near to you. So just like you don't pray just one time and make one wudu, you're making yourself dirty every minute. So then you have to make salawat every minute. How could that not make sense? So I make wudu in the morning, in 5 minutes you lost your wudu. You said something wrong, you looked at something wrong, anything. Literally in 5 minutes most people will lose their wudu based on how they talk, walk, what actions they take. So why Allah having us wash all the time? Because you're dirty all the time. Then I say, okay I prayed at Isha, I don't have to pray the rest of the day. Why? You continuously have to pray to make your connection and to receive divine faiz, divine grace and Allah's satisfaction. So everything is based on this because shaitan is saying, I'm going to attack these people from 6 directions. Did shaitan say, I'm going to be tired? No, he has absolutely no tired and he has a army of ifrit after every servant. So the only way to combat him and his proximity to us is with the salawats, with the durood, the character, all the actions. It creates this light in the heart that begins to burn away these shayateen. The more powerful that light is within the heart and pushes the shaitans away so that they attack the servant in their khatir, in their thoughts at a distance. We said before, when somebody comes and says, emails to us, Shaykh, I'm hearing whisperings, this is a medical office. Any of our students who's trained with me, immediately they can understand, what does that mean? They're not doing their salawats, how shaitan is so close to them that they can hear the whispering. Means he's too close. How is he too close? You're not doing your salawats, you're not keeping your wudu, you're not doing all of the energy practices. He shouldn't be that close. He shouldn't be able to gain access to you, ride you from that proximity. With your practices what happens? He's going to attack you from a distance, he's going to throw and cast into you a thought into your mind like shooting an arrow from a faraway target. That's why then keep your eyes closed, keep your eyes down. If you know he's going to attack you from a distance and as soon as you look at social media you looked at the wrong thing, he hit you in the eye. Because you know that's how he's attacking you now. Hit you in the eye, then he casts something into your heart. So it doesn't mean he left you alone, he's just going to fight you from a distance away until he can attack enough into your eyes, your ears, your mouth and everything about you. He's throwing his dirty arrows. So again, this is a continuous battle with negative energy. It doesn't end, there's no ending until the grave, and then in the grave is a different battle again. So there's no rest for the believer on this earth, and even in the grave there's continuous battle, and this become the azab of the grave and the difficulties of the grave. So it's these practices that give us power. When you make your tafakkur constantly in tafakkur, then there's a faiz all around you of the shaykhs. That's an added protection so that they begin to inspire you, oh don't listen to that, you're going to get attacked. Don't look up, don't look at that, that's going to get you an attack. So continuous from all of these 6 directions, they're going to guide the servant and to warn the servant, inshaAllah.
Sayyidi, this question comes in an email. As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, if we poke light fun at people around us who are exhibiting signs of mild disturbance, is this a manifestation of our inner hypocrisy? Should we do our best to avoid such behavior?
Poking fun of people whom are not well?
Who show signs of mild disturbance.
Yeah, generally no, don't get involved with that. Because if they start targeting you, then you're going to have this difficulty. But the shaykh knows how to bring that out, that's something different. That the shaykh is trying to bring out something that the person is trying to hide of themselves, their reality. So that's why they talk a certain way, and if you see them interact, they can interact a certain way that there's a wildness that you're hiding but you can't hide it from the shaykh. So once he identifies it, the person goes back and says, how does shaykh knows this thing, how is like this, or how he knows like I got an Urdu jinn inside me. He knows exactly what is trying to hide within you. But for a student to do with another student, you're just putting a bullseye on your head, because now that person is going to be directed towards you and keep having a confrontation with you because they don't respect you as a guide to fix or to heal them. But the student with the shaykh understands that this is my shaykh, so he's identifying for me that there's sicknesses within me that I don't know exist, and it's the shaykh's responsibility to bring it out with energies. And when they do come out, to begin to slightly guide them to that. So everybody has something within themselves that they do not know exists, and these are different characteristics. So when people are angry, there's an anger within them, the shaykh has to keep joking with it, oh you're like angry, you're angry, but he's not really joking, he's trying to bring you to a realization there's something you have to control. You like drama? Control it. You like anger? It's not, okay I'm going to be Umar Farooq and now terrorize people. It wasn't like that, these were very high pure companions. How anyone could dare to compare themselves to these holy companions? You're just saying, I'm allowing my bad character to bother people. And this is not allowed in the tariqah because Allah doesn't want us even bothering the heart of one person, because then that's the seat of the Divinely Presence. When you attack a heart, you're attacking where Allah resides. That's like attacking a masjid. Especially for the people whom do dhikrullah and they make their zikr, they do all these things, means Allah's residing, a light resides within the heart of that servant. They're trying to make their heart into a Kaaba and you attacking the Kaaba, their Kaaba. So that's why the tariqah is based on just good manners, be good, be good, be good, and leave it for the shaykh to deal with people. If the shaykh has asked somebody to talk to somebody, that's something else, that they'll identify. Shaykh has asked me to mention to you, don't impersonate us. There are people who may go around and think it's okay but they impersonate the charity. They make a website with the charity name and they make something telling people to give money to them. Say, absolutely not. You can impersonate Muhammadan way and all these different things for knowledge, no problem, because this was a permission, but you can't impersonate the charity and then become like a federal offence. It's a registered government organization with the different governments, so you can't pretend you're a charity on behalf of another person and say, send me Venmo money. Can't be done. 35 years, so we know all the different schemes. Now some can be innocent mistake, but still it's a big mistake, don't ever do that. You can't impersonate the shaykh's name and then go around saying, I'm using his name, and then people will say, oh this was the shaykh, I thought this was the shaykh's account. No, that's plagiarism and that's not allowed. So all of these things, we even had that event and we had a zikr and somebody came to our zikr, told people to put on their shirts and then started filming inside our zikr as if they were having a fundraiser inside our zikr. I mean we've seen it all. We had the zikr, we had event, we had food, and this person came in with 3 shirts from their organization, told some people, put these shirts on, stand by this food, and then went live in our zikr and said, I'm having an event right now, look at all the food we've prepared for our people. And I've never seen anything like that. I said, what are you doing? You can't make your event inside our event. So it means that's why we say this is a way based on good character, good intention. Look, you came to be nothing, you didn't come to make something out of this, you came to be nothing. So you don't go to Home Depot and start selling paint in their paint section. So everyone stay in your own lane, do your thing, come to be nothing, come to get your realities. And that's it, just be of service inshaAllah without causing a tremendous amount of damage and difficulty, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, due to some reasons I meditate on bed. How do I ground my bad energy? Can I use piece of wood or pebble sized clay which I used to do tayammum to ground myself?
Yeah, whatever work. If for some reason you have an issue that you have to be in your whatever Allah has written, you can meditate and ground yourself with asa, with clay, with any means that is available to you. The reaction is based on intention. Allah knows the intention, Allah knows the condition He has put upon the servant. We have to do with what Allah has given to us. You can't be expected to do what you don't have the ability to do. So whatever condition Allah has put us in, then there's a relief within that condition. So we try our best to satisfy what we have to accomplish in whatever way Allah has given to us to accomplish that. That's why even in the laws of salah, if you can't pray moving, you can pray with your eyes because Allah's immense rahmah. So there's nothing more difficult in the tariqah. The tariqah is as soft and softer. So whatever condition you are, the basic understanding is connect your heart inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi sirri Surat al-Fatiha. Ya Rasul Kareem, Ameen. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.